The happy couple. Jack and Mildred Thatcher were the happiest couple in New York. They had to be. She with all her grandmother's money and he with only his father's foreign training. Their Sunday night parties on East 57th Street were a riot. The food was nothing, the guests starved, but the liquor made starving a pleasure. People from society, the stage, the screen, got lost there and only found themselves the next morning in Charlie Knickerbocker, Ed Sullivan or Walter Winchell's columns, slightly smaller or larger than life. That's what the Monday morning papers did for them. Now, Jack Thatcher had been so completely happy in his 2 years of married life that he hadn't had any fun. And he was just beginning to miss it. And now that Mildred was going moose hunting in New Brunswick, he was mentally shooting stars in penthouses. Be a good husband while I'm gone, she said as she threw the tail of a silver fox in his face and stepped on the train. But he thought, it takes more than that these days, honey. Because even at her farewell party, he was telephoning numbers he got all choked up over. There was the beautiful blonde secretary to the president in his Wall Street office. Even tonight he visualized her in his arms. An office wife would be a new sensation. He knew she liked him, and she knew there must be money somewhere. How could he wear those wet little clothes and the $25 a week salary he made his customers' man? And there was the telephone operator at the Pennsylvania Hotel. No matter how tired she was, and God knows she was tired a great part of the time, she never gave him a wrong number. And there was Olga the nursemaid to his child, Olga with the beautiful blue eyes and buck teeth. Of course he knew he could have all the women in his own class, most of them Mildred's best friends, but that was like going to town on roller skates. Jack was one of those men who wanted to show his power, immature as it was, with women out of his own class. Why, the very night that Mildred left, Sadie the manicurist was telling him what sensitive hands he had. What happy half moons. She liked and tried on all of Mildred's clothes except her pajamas, but she refused to put those on when she found that Mildred paid for everything except his fun, which left him nothing for rides in the hay. And it was the same way with the office secretary wife to the 12 vice presidents. She laughed when he suggested a ride in his Ford station wagon and dinner at the apartment. She wanted to go to 21, the theater and the Persian room. She patted him on the back in pure pity and disappeared in a telephone booth. Jack couldn't believe his ears. Were his good looks going for nothing? So he wired Mildred for something he'd always dreamed of but never had. Cash! 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 But Mildred knew better. With one foot on a dead moon. All the telephone operators, the nursemaids, the hat check girls, these were the orchids beyond his reach. So he sat down and opened another bottle of scotch and began to think once more what a cockeyed effect liquor had on his assets. Because despite his foreign training, his wife held all his liabilities right in the